Alright, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we are going in depth on PGA Tour 2K25. 2K flew me out to Arizona to be one of the first people in the world to play a full build of this game. Now, yeah, I was really excited about that, of course. The trip itself was incredible. We played the game for about 2.5 to 3 hours long, and I had an absolute blast with it. We're going to go over everything I liked, everything I didn't like, pretty much everything that I played. We are going to be going in depth on. We did a Q&A with the HP Studios guys, who are the developers of the game. Shout out to them for sitting down with us and kind of talking it out with all the other creators as well. I got to meet some incredible people on this trip, man. It was one of the best trips of my life, honestly. Like, I can't believe it. I got to go to the WM Phoenix Open, man. So I'll kind of run you through my trip first off, and then we'll kind of dive into the nitty gritty of everything that I saw on PGA Tour 2K25, and I'm really excited to talk about it. So first off, I kind of got in a day before everyone else. They kind of gave me a day extra because I was coming in from Ireland, obviously, and we were staying at a really nice hotel. I got a day early to kind of get over the jet lag, and then I think Canuck came in the same day as me, so I met Crazy Canuck, who is by the way, before we get into anything, I did want to say I won't be going into anything designer related in this video because that's just not my forte. But Crazy Canuck, I'll leave a link to his video down in the description. He goes balls deep on the designer. Of course, when he was there with us playing the game, he pretty much spent most of his time on the designer. That's his thing. He's going to be creating courses and doing tutorials on how to create courses as well. So if that's something you're interested in, make sure to check out Crazy Canuck, okay? But yeah, he kind of helped me create Houndstooth Point. Well, he did create Houndstooth Point back in the day with my input and stuff like that. So it was awesome to finally meet him. He's a great guy. We went mini golf actually on day one. So it was really fun. We went out and we kind of played this little pop stroke mini golf course, created and designed by Tiger Woods, by the way, which is insane. So we had a blast out there. I'll roll a couple of clips right now. Canuck got a hole-in-one, and I got absolutely robbed of a hole-in-one. So yeah, as you can see, Canucks lipped in, mine lipped out. You know, bad luck Brian strikes again. But he actually, there's two courses. There's a red course and a black course. He ended up winning the first one by like 4 shots or something, but I came back at him at the black course. I beat him by 5 shots at the black course, and we went to a playoff. There's like a challenge hole there, which is like specifically designed, I think, for playoffs. And I'll actually just play the clip because it might be one of the worst collapses you've ever seen in the history of sports from Crazy Canuck. This is a Jordan Spieth level meltdown at the Masters. He told me that this clip can never see the light of day, but I gotta roll it. So yeah, that was kind of day one. Like we just kind of messed around, went to Pop Stroke, had some fun, and then we kind of met up with Respawn and Seamount, and they came in the next day, which was it was great to meet them. Honestly, like Seamount and Respawn. I've played with Respawn quite a bit on Golf Plus. We've done a few matches on EA Sports PGA Tour 2K23. He's a great guy, and I consider him a good friend now because of all the time we've spent together on video games. So it was awesome to finally meet him. And Seamount. What a guy, man. What a guy Seamount is, honestly. It's incredible to meet him. He's goddamn hilarious. He's grinding over on Twitch every week, man. He streams twice a week, and he has a full-time job as well, so shout out to him. It was great to see him. He actually lives 25 minutes from the hotel, so he came over and joined us with a short little drive, so it was great to meet him. And we met Binks, who I'd never met before, and Kachada, who I've never met before as well, so it was great to meet them. Well, I didn't really know them as well as I knew the others coming into the trip, you know, so it was cool to kind of meet some new people as well. All the 2K and HB people that we met was really, really cool, because I met Sean West. Like, we did a video, I think it was on 2K21. We did like a video with Sean West and one of the other guys. Like, I did like a Q&A with them way back then, so it's cool to see how far everything's come now. It's come full circle back to me being here in Arizona, which was crazy. So we went to the WM Phoenix Open the next couple days anyway. We went on Monday. We had this like kind of place, this greenskeeper part, which was really cool. We got to play the game on Monday for 3 hours. Good were there, which was cool. The Four Brothers were there. I'm sure you guys know of Good and the Four Brothers. If you don't, they're like big YouTube golfers. They're in the YouTube golf scene, like real life golf stuff. So cool to meet them. I met Seb Brown as well, Seb Carmichael Brown, who like owns Big Wedge and does all sorts of other stuff as well. Really cool guy. We actually were on the same flight home together, so we chilled on the way home together, so that was cool. And yeah, other than that, like meeting Good was incredible. They're all unbelievably nice, down-to-earth people, and I know this is a long-winded intro. I will leave timestamps down below if you don't care about any of this stuff, but I kind of wanted to just document my experience a little bit. So yeah, I met Good at the event when we were playing, and then we met, of course, Chris McDonald, who's playing Shooter McGavin in Happy Gilmore, and the new Happy Gilmore as well. So incredible to meet him, like just unbelievable. That's one of my favorite childhood movies, so to meet him in person was incredible. Have a full conversation with him in person was incredible. He was telling me he's coming to Ireland in May. We were kind of chatting about that and how he loves it there and stuff like that. And I met, as you can see in this picture that I'll put up on the screen, Matthew Fitzpatrick and Max Homa. Had a full conversation with them. Honestly, guys, pretty incredible. So I took a picture with Matthew Fitzpatrick and Max Homa. I put it on Instagram and Twitter. Said the 3 cover athletes for PGA Tour 2K25. So had a full conversation with both of them. Like, Max Homa actually said to me, "Oh, you're that guy. Like 80% of my TikTok feed is you." I'm like, my mind is blown. That's how you know you've made it, huh? When Max Homa is telling you that I'm 80% of his TikTok feed. But yeah, they both knew who I was, so it was cool to kind of meet them and get to know them a little bit. I thought we might be able to get a few holes in with Matty Fitz and Max Homa, but it didn't work out because they had so many things they needed to do. They were doing live stuff and all these other things. But yeah, they were hanging out at the 2K booth for like a couple hours and doing all sorts of stuff there. So that was really cool to get to meet them. We went to Top Golf then with a couple of creators, with me, Respawn, Binks, Kachada, Canuck, Seamount. We all went to Top Golf. The Four Brothers were there. Seb was there. Good was there. I met Garrett Clark. I'll put a picture up there of me and Garrett Clark, which was awesome because I watch his stuff all the time, man. I love the GM Golf videos. Like, absolutely love them. Watch them all the time. To meet him in person was cool. I showed him my dog, you know, he saw my dog, which was pretty cool, and he was telling me about his dog Asher as well. I've already seen him in the videos, but yeah, super cute. And Sploosh as well. I met Sploosh and Blake. Super nice, down-to-earth guys, like particularly Blake. Not to like shit on Sploosh or anything. Sploosh is a great guy, but I was talking to Blake quite a bit more. He was telling me he's coming to London. He wants to come to Ireland, so we were kind of discussing that. Like, Blake is just an awesome guy, man. So to talk to him was really, really cool. And yeah, I think J and A were there as well. I don't know if you know though. I don't know. I haven't watched too much of their stuff, but they were super nice guys as well. And just looking at them hitting the ball at Top Golf, man, like I wish I could hit the ball like that. Like watching Garrett and John and stuff like that just absolutely launch the goddamn golf ball. Pretty insane. Also, Gabby Gon's like a TikTok, Instagram girl. She's like 6'1". She's tall as hell. But she's pretty famous. I think she has like 1.1 million followers. I met her. She was super nice there as well. So it was cool to get to meet everyone. Honestly, really good time, and I had a blast with it. Topgolf was fun as hell, and then we went back to the WM Phoenix Open the next day as well. Went and bought some stuff. Where did I put those things that I bought? I had like yeah, I got these here. Pretty cool. The ball markers. I also got a Barstool shirt, and I met the Barstool boys. I met Frankie and Trent, which was awesome. We actually, I don't know if you know this, like if you're following me recently, me and my friend Tyler did a match against Trent and Frankie in 2K21. So to meet them in person was cool. I'll put up the 2 photos of me and Frankie and me and Trent now, but yeah, my nips were rock solid when I was meeting them for some reason. I don't know, man. I just naturally have like hard nips. Anytime I'm wearing like a t-shirt, you can see them clear as day. Sorry, I'm out of breath after running downstairs to get these markers. That's how you know I'm unfit. But last thing about the trip, because we didn't spend too long at the course that day. We came home and we went to Pop Stroke again, which was real fun. 5 of us, me, Seamount, Kachada, Canuck, and Respawn, and we had an absolute blast at Topgolf that day as well. We played the black course, and we were doing like a little competition, and it was me and Kachada. I think I was 1 shot ahead of Kachada on the last hole. Missed like a 2-footer. I think I have a video of it. Canuck sent me it. I missed like a 1-footer, honestly, to win the thing. Choked it. Typical Apex Hound bottle. And we realized after the 18th hole that all 5 of us were tied for the lead after we played 18, which was absolutely insane. Bloody Seamount got a hole-in-one on the last hole, so his ball ran up, hit Respawn's ball, came back and went into the hole. Respawn ended up making a 2 because of that, and then bloody hell, we all tied for the lead. We went through a playoff, and I think Respawn and Canuck got knocked out first, and then Seamount ended up holding a clutch putt to win, which was it was a really, really fun time. And then the day I was going home, I didn't think we'd have time to go to the Good Desert Open that was on that day. It was like the Good tournament, but Seb got me in as a VIP. It was kind of on the way to the airport, so I got in, I got to meet Brad, and I got to meet Matt Sharp as well, which is awesome. So both of them, if you didn't know, have watched my content in the past. Matt said to me he watches it all the time in the background, like his wife was there and verified it. So pretty cool that Matt Sharp watches my stuff. I watch his stuff all the time as well. Of course, the GOAT, who's got hole-in-ones on par 4s for fun, which is kind of just crazy that he's got more than 1 hole-in-one on a par 4. Like, who does that shit? I'd be happy with 1 hole-in-one in my life, as long as it's on video like that, though. Whew. So damn cool. He has 3 hole-in-ones on video. But yeah, overall a great guy. I've been a big fan of his for a long time now. Love watching his solo videos. Love watching him in Good. He just brings great energy, and he's unapologetically himself as well, which I really appreciate. Like, a lot of people like shit on that, like, and will try and bring people down for being kind of loud and kind of different, but I love that about him. That's what I love about Matt Sharp. He brings the energy, he brings the fun, and Brad, just a super down-to-earth, humble guy, and to meet him was something that we'd been talking about for a while. We were hoping we'd get to meet up while we were over there, and to actually get out there and meet him. He was in the middle of a lot of stuff, so we maybe talked for 2 minutes. You can see me actually in the vlog that he posted. I'll post a link to that. You can see me around the place in the little vlog he posted. We were having a little good conversation about like my golf swing and stuff like that, because he actually sent me like a 15-minute lesson. That's going to be a part of my From Golfer to Gamer series. From Gamer to Golfer, rather. I wish it was From Golfer to Gamer. From Gamer to Golfer series that I'm going to be taking part in 2K25, or setting up myself in 2K25. 2K25 2025. It's not a video game. This is real life! But anyway, that's about all I wanted to mention about the trip. It was an incredible time. Trip of a lifetime. I've been going on for like 10 minutes now, so I'll shut the hell up and we'll get into the game. So let's start up now. We'll start and we'll go through it piece by piece in the order that I did it. We'll also go over the little Q&A that we did with the HB guys as well. And yeah, you can check out Respawn and Seamount's content. Respawn, I think, is planning a very much crazy in-depth video about all of the different aspects of the game. That's going to be probably more in-depth than my one, because Respawn goes balls deep. But I want to get into everything that I played personally myself, so let's do it. All right, so first off, let's start with the character creator. It only makes sense. That's the first thing I did in the game, and I will say, in the character creator, there is a lot of improvements. The hairstyles, the customization, there's a lot more there. So you have, you can make yourself like really fat if you want to. You can make yourself skinny. You can have muscle definition or no muscle definition. You can set your height specifically. I set myself to 6'4", which was cool that we could do that. The hairs and the kind of overall customization inside in the creator looks a lot better. And of course you can create multiple characters now as well, which is cool. I will say that it doesn't transfer as well over to the course, I thought. Like, when you're up close like this, in the character creator, when you're looking at your character with all the different hairstyles and stuff, it looks really good. But when you're out on the course, it does not look as good. Your character does not look as good out on the course as he does in this creator. And that might be just because you're zoomed in and stuff like that. But I feel like even when it zooms in on your character out in the course, it just doesn't have that same kind of shine as it does in real life. But this was my character that I ended up creating. Got the little mustache and the slick back hair. I like him. Turlock Healy, of course. The pronouns, which people don't like. Nationality, Ireland, handedness, right-handed, and you actually have to set like your ball flight as well. So you can kind of set your guy to be a draw guy or a fade guy, and you have to choose one or the other. So if you choose a draw, you'll kind of have a slight tilt to the right on the stick, and you'll up and down. If you choose a fade, you'll have a slight kind of tilt the other way. Now I do find that the draw was slightly easier to play. Like I found it a little bit easier to play with draw bias guys than fade bias guys. A lot more customization in the caddies as well, by the way. I didn't look too in depth because I just wanted to get into the gameplay. But yeah, definitely overall I will say the character creation when you're creating your guy a lot better, but doesn't transfer to the course quite as nicely as you'd like, I'll say. All right, next up, we're going to talk a little bit about club sets. So you can have multiple club sets now, which is cool. You can like have a set with, say, a 2-iron or have a set with a hybrid. And every set has like a 2- and 3-iron now. It's not like super specific sets that have this. And the clubs look great. There's a lot going on with the fittings as well. I don't fully understand the fittings yet, and I am a little bit worried about that, but I'll get into that in the next point. So next up, we're going to talk about like character progression, ratings, stuff like that, skills. So the attributes system I like now. So each pro will have a rating. Your own guy will have a rating, a character rating that you can improve by putting skill points in. Each skill that you upgrade is like 125 VC. So yeah, and the thing that I do like is like when you put up putt weight, it kind of means the putt contact can't go up. Or if you put up power, it means that contact can't go all the way to the top. So it kind of limits you in that way. So if you decide to focus solely on power, you will be losing out on contact. I think if you get your power to 99, like the max you can get your contact to is 80. So I do like that aspect of it. But the thing that concerns me, and me, Respawn, and C-Mount, like we had a good conversation about this. The thing that really worries us is that like the fittings and the skills and the attributes all together is going to lead to the archetypes kind of being obsolete. So of course now there's like 6 different archetypes you can choose, like technician, there's powerhouse, there's sculptor, greenskeeper, that kind of thing. So choosing, like, say if you choose one of the ones that isn't high on power, and you kind of get the benefit of like a contact guy or a putting guy, you can just use like fittings to like only power fittings, like stack power fittings to get the power to get your power up to a point where it's as high as say a powerhouse guy. So it's like, are you really losing out by not playing as a powerhouse if you can just stack fittings one on top of the other? Now apparently the HB guys do say, I'll kind of go to that Q&A portion right now, because Respawn asked this question. We were all kind of concerned about this, so we asked this question. But they said they feel confident in the balance with the fitting system. A ton of testing went into it, and they are confident that the detriments of some choices will lead people to not want to stack fittings into one attribute like power. So they think that if you stack power, it's not really going to work out. Because in previous games like 2K23, you could stack power, and it wouldn't really harm you too much, we'll say. So in this one, they feel confident that if you stack power, it's really going to harm you in other ways, and it's not going to be the meta like it was in previous games. And they did say they are open to making adjustments if there is kind of I guess, one meta build that it just makes all of the other ones like obsolete. So that's good news. That is something that's still a concern of mine, I will say, is this whole fittings thing, like fittings just stacking power and power and power and just making archetypes obsolete. I am a little bit worried about that, but we'll see how it plays out. And to be fair, that will take a few months to play out, because it will be when everyone's 99 rated and has their fittings stacked fully. So this isn't going to be something that we find out pretty much immediately. We'll have to wait and see on that one. I do like the look of how they're doing these different skills as well. Like, there's skills that are say power drive. You can get a power drive by increasing some of your skills here, but you will miss out on certain shot types and skills by not getting other ones. So like, same as, you can't like just like get every shot type, you know, same as the way I was saying, like power, if you put it all into power, you'll miss out on contact. It's similar with the shot types. Like, if you put everything into, say, getting a power drive, you might miss out on maybe like a choked approach or something like that. So from what I've noticed, like the different shot types, there was a choked approach, there's a super flop, there's pitches, chips, power drives, what other ones are there? There's quite a few around the green, like quite a few new ones. Like the super flop was really cool, actually. I'll show you a little clip of that a little bit later on. A good point where I actually ended up using the super flop and it came in really, really handy. But yeah, there's different ones. There's skills in T, approach, recovery, bunker, and green. So we'll have to see. I think you can get 2/3 of the skills, is the way he put it to me. So you can't get all of them, and you can get 2/3 of them so you'll kind of have to pick and choose which ones you really end up wanting. So I did, after going through all the menus and stuff like that, I finally got into my first round. Like, this is stuff that I was looking at beforehand. I was looking at the menus, everything, kind of just getting a grip with how the game works. But then I did my first round with Tiger Woods at Royal Port Rush. We're going to go through all of the pros in the game, all of the characters in the game first to kind of just get a look. I'm not going to show like full stats or anything like that. You can pause it if you want to. But we looked at Tiger Woods, who's an 85 overall. We looked at Tony Finau, who's an 82 overall. We looked at Matty Fitz, he's an 81 overall. Brooke Henderson, 81. Max Homa, 79. Tom Kim, 77. Lydia Ko, 82. Chris McDonald, aka Shooter McGavin, is 83 overall. I can't show his character model yet because they're reworking some of the stuff on his character model before launch, but he will be in the game, which is pretty damn awesome. Colin Morikawa is an 80 overall. Justin Thomas is 82. Willie Z is 78, and Rose Zhang is 76. So that's all of the pros and characters that were in PGA Tour 2K25. Didn't see the Barstool guys, the Dude Perfect guys. So I don't think they're really going down that route where like YouTubers and stuff are going to be in the game. But a very limited number of people overall, which is sad. Maybe they'll be adding more. Hopefully they will. And maybe they'll add Frankie and Trent for launch or something like that. Because I do think that was cool to have them in 2K23, like just having like different golf creators and stuff like that. I do think that was a good idea. By the way, I forgot to mention my new merch. While I was away, I ordered some new colors and stuff like that. And this maroon color is pretty sick, right? You can get it, link in the description. Just thought I'd mention that before we go into the difficulty settings here. So I started up around with Tiger Woods at Royal Port Rush from the back tees, default conditions, crowds on, all that jazz. And then I kind of went in and looked at the settings. I decided to play on pro difficulty. There's a lot of different settings though, a lot more settings going on now than there was in previous games. So we have the gameplay difficulty preset, which is obviously just pro, master, pro-am, that kind of thing. The swing difficulty, rhythm preference, swing bias, input, offset. So that's whether you want to play with the diagonal on. Now I played with it on because I obviously wanted to get used to that. That'll be the default in ranked and stuff. So I definitely wanted to get used to it. The swing context, input, offset, so you can go on shot shaping only, lie angle only, and off. So you can have it on all the time. You can have it so that it's only on when you're shot shaping or only when you have a lie angle, which is cool. You can turn the vibration on and off. You can do lie range as classic or not shown. You can do distance control assist, of course, which is not something that I've ever used, but these are all the other same settings like Pro Vision, Scout Camera, all that kind of thing. So I decided to start out with Pro difficulty just to kind of get to know the game a little bit, you know. Now my first swing was obviously I brought it straight back and straight forward just out of habit, but it didn't work out too bad. It was a big push, but it's still down the fairway. I do find Pro is a lot more forgiving than Master. like the jump up in difficulty from pro to master is quite severe, and I do like that. Like, master was challenging. Now, I played the first 2 holes on pro here with Tiger Woods, birdied them both. One of them was a par 5, granted, but birdied them both. As you can see here, I'll show you guys like my my approach shot here on the first hole. So Tiger Woods, the badass that he is, you know, if you decide to play like a draw or a fade or whatever, it kind of makes the diagonal move a little bit, which was cool. But hit a pretty good approach shot, and it landed about 2 foot before the pin and tapped it in for a birdie. So that was quite nice. And then the second hole, par 5, kind of, I think, drove the green in 2 and then made a birdie that way with a little 2-putt. But when I put it up to master, I noticed the jump up in difficulty was quite severe. So yeah, I put it straight up to master. The putting takes a bit of getting used to, by the way. I found the putting quite difficult. Putting was probably one of the most challenging things that I noticed at the start. But I went on master. I struggled quite a bit, and I made like 2 bogeys in a row after the 2 birdies in a row on master. Like you'll see here, the tee shot on 3, right? So I hit it open on the way forward and big push on the way back, and that sent it reeling out to the right. Like, it's much more punishing on master, and like I really like the way they've done the Evo swing. Like, I do genuinely think that it works, and I can understand people being apprehensive about the diagonal. I really can. But I think, like, the tempo is pretty much gone now, right? There's none of this fast/slow stuff. It's completely different. There's 4 different sections now. There's rhythm, there's contact, and there's the back and forth. And I do think that it really, really works. That diagonal adds a new level of difficulty, and I think it's really challenging in a fun way. And it's not like EA, where I played EA diagonal quite a bit. I don't think I ever hit 1 perfect swing on it. Like, I'm genuinely serious. Don't think I ever got one where it was back and forth perfectly on plane. With this one, you can 100% get it back on and forth on plane. It's kind of, we're creatures of habit. We're just used to bringing it back straight and forward. Like, Respawn just kept doing that. And he's like, I can't get used to it. He did get used to it eventually, of course, but it's like, it is like a new level of difficulty here. It's something completely different. And that's kind of what I wanted from the swing. I wanted like a reset. I wanted something new. And I think that it works. The Evo swing, it's not going to be for everyone. That's for sure. I'm seeing that right now in the comments. It's split. Like, a lot of people are really liking it. A lot of people just can't get used to the diagonal, and I can completely understand that. But I actually got used to it pretty quickly, I'd say, and I ended up being pretty good at the game by the end of my session, I would say. But I really enjoyed it overall. I also found chipping was much more difficult. Chipping, like, to stop the ball, even with like the likes of Tiger Woods and stuff like that, stopping the ball was quite difficult. Even if you do like the loft max spin thing, like the chipping in 2K23, I think was a little bit too easy. I do think it was a little bit too easy. 2K21, it was way too easy. 2K23, they made it harder for sure, but I still think like I was chipping in like the dock. The dock was showing his face, for me, like, quite a lot still. Like, I would chip it in a lot. But in this version, it's not so easy at all. And I don't see it being easy either. That's why you have to use and utilize more of the shot types around the green, which I can appreciate. Like, EA Sports that game kind of forced you to use more shot types around the green, because the ball, like, wouldn't just stop like that with chips. Like, it would roll like that. It's more like that, in my opinion, where now you're gonna have to use pitches around the green. You're gonna have to use flops around the green a lot more, and I think it's gonna really kind of force you to hit a vast array of different shot types, and that's to do with the shot physics and also the new shot types. Like, it does make a big difference, 100%, and I really appreciated that. And the different shot types that are in the game, I ended up using quite a bit. Like, choked approach was handy if you're kind of in between a yardage. You can use a choked approach. I tried this little punch shot here as well, and the punch shots, definitely interesting. I only tried one punch shot, I think, my entire time, and it was this one here. Tiger Woods just punched it into the green. Unfortunately, I hit that little side thing, but I think it would have probably gone straight otherwise. Now let's talk about like Tiger Woods' character model. Much improved, in my opinion. And we can get a close-up look at his character model by going into the all-new instant replay mode. So there's an instant replay mode where you can go in and basically just scope the entire course. You can go through and have a look at Tiger Woods' shot. You'll see like the shaft bend on the picture that I'm putting up on the screen. Like, I posted this one on Twitter, I think. So yeah, absolutely incredible stuff. The shaft bend was really, really cool. Tiger Woods' character model looks better. There's hair on his arms now. He does look a little bit lean. I will say that. Like, Tiger Woods in real life right now is a big, stocky, muscly guy. He doesn't look that muscly in the game, but I think his character model looks way, way better than it did. And this replay system is going to be a treat, man. Having that for thumbnails, having it to kind of rewatch a shot. You can save replays and look at them in a replay kind of folder as well that you have stored away on the game, which is really, really nice. So if you get a hole-in-one, you can just save that replay. You don't have to save it to your console directly or something like I know people had to do on 2K23. Graphics-wise, now I will say Tiger's model looks great, but I will say a lot of the character models don't look that great. Like, Morikawa looked okay. I feel like a lot of the pros that I played as, none of them looked like spectacular or anything. Like, they looked good, but they didn't look spectacular. But the courses look phenomenal, I think. The courses is a huge improvement. The grass, the cliffs, specifically at the round I did at Pebble Beach, I noticed it. Like, absolutely huge improvement at Pebble. And I think that's something they took umbrage with, was the kind of comparison photos of Pebble Beach, EA Sports versus Pebble Beach, versus PGA 2K23. Like, EA Sports Pebble Beach looked just so much better, and that's something they took umbrage with, so they came back and kind of reworked Pebble Beach completely. Seamount's comparison photo has nearly 5 million views or whatever. That was kind of it was cool to see that. Now, I will say, when I was playing, I didn't notice this, but people pointed it out to me, and I 100% see it now. But the players, when they're hitting an iron shot, they hold the club like they're hitting a chip shot. Like, it's very weird. Like, they like hold the club up in like this weird way. I don't really love the look of that. Like, they should, the club should be, like, the hands should be a little bit lower, I feel like, on the iron shots specifically. Everything else looks okay, but with the iron shots specifically, I do think it looks a little bit weird. That's something that people commented to me, and I've definitely noticed since then. So yeah, I'm gonna skip ahead here to hole 13 when I was kind of in this awkward situation. So this is like a first look at the super flop with a 62-degree wedge here. I had a decent lie, but you can see here, look over to the right and look at the thing. Like, look at the swing path. Because this is a tougher lie and a tougher shot, it makes it harder on the swing path. And that's something I really appreciate. Like, I thought in 2K23, the short game was just too easy in certain parts. Like, you would have it so that the short game really, really wasn't that difficult. Like, you could get a bad lie, but you still hit the shot the same way. You know, it really wouldn't affect it all that much. But now, like, you have to hit the shot. Like, if you put yourself in a bad position, you're really going to be punished for it. And I had to hit, like, look at this little swing path that I had to hit here. Like, this is crazy. And super flop worked out pretty damn well. Like, I did hit quite a closed contact on it, but I hit a beautiful shot. Honestly, probably the best shot I hit all day. And we ended up putting it close. Excuse me that the mouse is on the screen as well. For some reason, the mouse on my screen just wouldn't go away, which was quite annoying. So yeah, overall I ended up with like a -2 round one. We birdied the last hole and I shot -2 in my first round. It probably would have been level par if I played the whole round on master. So a good challenge, but yeah, very much enjoyed it. And like the first round that I did, Royal Port Rush looked beautiful, a major course, links course that actually played like a links course as well, which is something that I think struggled with in 2K23. Like, they had certain courses that would just all play the same, you know? So next up, I had a look around the menus. I went into like the 2K ranked tours mode and had a look around. So there's daily and weekly ranked tours now, similar to like EA did like the tournaments and stuff like that, you know, the online tournaments. This is pretty much their version of this. You can do like different difficulty levels as well. They have daily master, daily pro-am tournaments. They have weekly master tournaments, like alternate tournaments as well. So that's really cool. The daily tournaments are 1 round, but the weekly tournaments are 4 rounds. So it's almost kind of like TGC tours in that way as well. I'm not sure exactly how the ranking system will work, but there's going to be promotions, demotions. You're going to be in like a certain rank based on how you do in these daily and weekly tournaments, which I think is really cool. Because EA had the daily tournaments and the weekly tournaments, but you didn't have like a specific rank for them. You just finished where you finished, and that was that. And of course, ranked and 2K ranked tours are going to be swing stick only now. Maybe there's certain daily ones that are 3-click allowed, or maybe there's certain ones for 3-clickers, but right now ranked is 3-click only, which is great news. So yeah, I think this mode is going to be really interesting to see how this plays out, because that's another thing that I definitely want to get involved in, is the daily and weekly ranked tours. Like, that's something that's really, really cool. All right, next up, I went and kind of had a look at the online societies, which are now fully cross-play Hallelujah. Fully crossplay tournaments, man. I am very, very excited about that. I don't have to set up 3 different societies across 3 different platforms anymore and have 3 different people run them. Me and Darren are just going to be taking care of this one, and that's that. Or maybe I'll get a couple of mods in. We'll see how it goes. But either way, very, very excited. We are going to be having 2 societies. I'm going to have a fantasy society, and I'm going to have the normal weekly society as well. So stay tuned for that. You can only still join 10 societies, unfortunately. I wish it was kind of bumped up to like 15 or 20, because like you think about it, like for me, right, I'm in my own 2 societies, and then TGC Tours, you have to join like 3 sometimes. So that's 5. That's half of them taken up already. You know, if you want to join a few more, I feel like there has to be an increase in that eventually. That would be nice. But you can actually now search for players in this as well, which is goddamn a lifesaver. You can search for like members. Like I remember if you wanted to ban someone or you wanted to get someone out of here, you had to like manually scroll through all your members, and I had like 500 members, so it took forever. So I can just search for someone, ban them, make a mod, whatever I want to do with them. Maybe I want to take them out back, and boom, you know, we'll see what happens. But either way, absolutely awesome to have online societies. Next up, we went and did like a match play versus Respawn. So we were able to play multiplayer while we were there, which was really cool. So I was playing on an Xbox controller, by the way, on PC, 4K, 60 FPS, that kind of way. And it was really beautiful. So we did a little match play at top of the rock here. Just absolutely decimated Respawn here at top of the rock. But some really cool stuff that we noticed was like when you're on the green, you can concede a putt now. So there's a button to concede a putt. So much easier to do than you can do it in 2K23. You don't have to open the menu. You just hold Y while they're over their putt. It concedes it and then comes straight back to the other player to continue on the hole. So that's pretty damn cool, I think. So if you concede a putt, that just gives them that score on the hole, right? Like say here on this putt on the first hole, if I wanted to concede this putt to Respawn, that would just give him a 3, and then I have a putt for a 2 to still win the hole, or if I get a 3, we tie the hole. So same as real golf, you know, you can just concede a putt like that. You can concede a short putt. They do have all new tap-in animations, which is really, really cool as well. So I'll skip on to the 7th hole here so we can kind of get a look at the all-new drop system, because Respawn, being the trash can that he is, hit it straight into the water here on the 7th. 4 right JT. But yeah, it's really cool. The drop system is completely fixed, by the way. So glue fringes are gone. The drop system is fixed. It's a new dawn. It's a new era. So we have lateral drops now. So you see, obviously, there's nowhere to drop it over there where Respawn hit. So he had to come backwards to the ladies' tee box and just drop it down there at the ladies' tee box. But you can't see it from my end, obviously, because he was the one dropping it, but you can kind of choose where to drop it. He obviously just decided to drop it there on the ladies' tee box because you get the best lie and stuff like that. But I don't think I hit it in the water a single time, so I didn't actually like use the drop system myself, unfortunately. And after this match with Respawn, I decided to go ahead and check out career mode because we had a limited number of time. We weren't supposed to be able to play for so long, but the people behind us ended up being late. So David, the guy who was with us, shout out David, by the way. Funny man, really funny man. David from 2K, really just a straight up funny guy and a really nice guy. All the guys at 2K, Matt Walks and David were just 2 awesome dudes. So nice to meet them, and we're kind of going to discuss the career mode now and dive into it. So he was kind of let us play a little bit longer, which got me quite a bit more time with the game, which was nice to kind of go into the different modes and stuff. But a lot more going on in career mode this time around, like a big significant improvement in career mode, and it needed it. Like 2K23 was bare bones in terms of career mode. There wasn't much there at all. Whether this will be the change the career modes needs is yet to be found out. Obviously I only played career mode for like 30 minutes, but you could see from the customization, everything, there's just so much more there. You have a personality now, you have a popularity meter, and just overall customization inside in the career mode is mega. So we have quick rounds now, where you can kind of do like 6-hole rounds, like quick rounds, basically the same way it was in EA, right? You know, first round can be 4 holes, second round can be 5 holes, third round, I think it always adds up to 18 holes at the end of it, which is something that didn't happen in EA, I'm pretty sure. Or maybe it did, and I just never even noticed it. But playing with the 68 rated guy, by the way, huge difference. You'll see in some of my gameplay that I have up on screen right now that is just an absolutely huge huge difference in the gameplay. Like the kind of bar was so small when you're playing as your 68 rated guy. It was just a real struggle bus. Like it was tough, but we ended up doing okay. A couple of really wayward bad shots, but we ended up doing okay. And then kind of when I was finished with that first 6-hole round, we got some new stuff unlocked, and we kind of had a look at the My Career settings, and the settings there are way more in depth. Now, I had the user sim difficulty on amateur. I was wondering why everyone was doing so terrible around me, because the user sim difficulty was on amateur. So that's like how skillful your golfer is when you're not in control, when the sim is taking control, right? So I was 6 under on the sim. I was like, God damn, my guy's 68. It was because I had it on amateur. But if you have that on pro or master or whatever, I'm sure that your guy struggles a lot more. So the difficulty settings on this are kind of split up into a few different sections. You have user sim, you have opponent difficulty, which is how well your the guys against you will do, and then you have conditions difficulty, so that's the course itself, and you have the option to make it 1, 2, or 4 rounds. You have the option to make those rounds dynamic, full, whatever you want to do. There is like interactive sim as well, where you can jump in, jump out, which is really cool. You can set it to like sim, where your guy can kind of do the sim where it's like, I got 6 under, or you can just set it to auto par as well, where it will just every hole that's simmed, you get a par on, which I think is really, really cool. And then the simulation difficulty, there's so much here. You can see, like, you have user skill, you have CPU skill, CPU event skill deviation, CPU round skill deviation. A lot of this stuff was kind of in the EA game as well, so they kind of just brought that over. I think Justin Patel, the guy who was in the career mode, one of the lead guys at the EA anyway, he brought a lot of stuff over from the EA career mode. The EA career mode was a lot more fleshed out and interesting, I think, than the 2K one, so he brought a lot of that stuff over, which is cool to see. You can kind of set up, there's so many different difficulty settings here on this, which is pretty damn cool to say. You have sponsorship stuff going on as well, so the sponsorship things, like, you'll unlock new tiers by doing well with these sponsors. So the golf club stuff, like, you'll have like 9 different tiers that you can unlock, and you'll unlock their gear and be able to equip that then. And some of the coolest stuff about career mode, I thought, now, aside from like the personality in the interviews, I looked over and I saw Respawn, I think, was doing an interview. I saw C-Mount was doing like these interviews. I never got far enough to actually see an interview, but we did see the practice session. So you can go to the range, you can practice all you want. They still have this place where you can drive it down behind the hole like 500 yards or whatever by hitting it on the rock. Couldn't do it with my guy because he absolutely sucked. But yeah, they have training now, so you can go out there and do these different like training sessions on the course. Like, you have stuff where you can go onto the range and you can kind of like hit specific targets. You have putting challenges. I didn't get a chance to try them because I would have had to finish my tournament, I think, before jumping into it. You can't do it in the middle of a tournament. But you also have practice rounds. You can go and play 6 holes on the course before you actually jump into the tournament, which I think is a really great idea. Just way more customization overall in the career mode. You can see rival shots. I saw C-Mount, he went into a rivalry with Tom Kim, and they would show some of his shots while you're out in the course, which was cool to see. Like, I think I saw one of Tom Kim's shots when C-Mount was playing, like, he just jarred it, like he put it like real close, like 2 foot from the pin off the tee on a par 3. It's not just bunker hole out shots anymore, which it was like in I think that was 2K23, right? So yeah, overall, I'm very excited about career mode. A lot more going on there, and yeah, I'm really hyped for career mode, honestly. I think this career mode series could be our best one yet. I do think that it's gonna be a great time. I'm really curious to see, the more I play, does it get boring in any way? Is it actually kind of, does it get repetitive at all? I'm very interested to see how it all plays out, but I'm looking forward to the content. Should be awesome. We also, after that, then went and did my round at Pebble Beach, which you all have seen already. If you watched that video, I did a 9-hole, well, I did like 15 holes, but I showed the front 9 at Pebble Beach with Colin Morikawa. That's where I noticed like the different class in the course graphics with Pebble Beach there. Got my first eagle that round, and yeah, Pebble Beach looks gorgeous. Colin Morikawa was probably the player I noticed that I played as that felt the best. Even though he's only an 80 overall and he only drives the ball 278 yards, I just felt like his contact was so good that it just felt really, really great to play as him. So maybe the HB guys are onto something when they say power only is not the move. We'll see. Next up, me and Respawn searched for a ranked match at the same time, got into a match almost immediately, and played each other in a match here at Payne's Valley. Really fun match. We playing as our own 68 rated guys was very different to playing as the pros, like a lot more difficult, a lot more difficult match overall. Like the scoring was not nearly as good as when we were playing as Justin Thomas and Colin. No, who did I play as? I played as Matty Fitz. So not nearly as good as that. And yeah, as I said, ranked is swing stick only now, which is great. We didn't have any issues at all with connection, nothing like that. Now, obviously, when the servers are fully populated, it could be completely different. Maybe there will be issues, I'm not sure. Respawn got his revenge here in this match at Payne's Valley. He ended up beating me 2-1. And maybe we'll have to do the rubber match when the 2K23 drops. If you want to see some matches between me and Respawn, let me know. We've done matches on pretty much every game so far, and I always have a blast with them. It's so much fun playing against Respawn. He embarrassed me on EA Sports PGA Tour a little bit, so I need revenge. And he just beat me on Golf Plus as well. I need revenge. No matter what game it is, I need revenge, man. But yeah, like the overall animations when your player is playing as well, like when he hits a good shot, he kind of walks after it. You notice that in some of my top of the rock footage there, potentially. I'll try and get Sanakai to put some of that on the screen now, like the reactions when they're hitting it. Like they hit a good shot and they'll kind of twirl the club, walk after it. And when they hit a bad shot, the reactions are just much more realistic. They're not just standing there after hitting their shot, just like standing there like that, like they were in 2K23. I think the reactions are oh so much better, which is really cool. Yeah, like if you have any questions for me, I'm happy to answer them in the description down below. Some of the interesting information from the Q&A we had with the HB Studios. They said like 60 to 100 hours to get your guy to 99 rated, so definitely takes some time. The pros do have custom swings. Some of them are not mocap though. The guys that they could get into the studio to mocap, those ones are mocapped, and the other ones are just taken from their animation and likeness. Not really fully mocapped, so they won't probably look as good, you know. A touch on consumable golf balls as well. Respawn asked them about that. Can there only be one gem attached? You can only have one gem attached and it is consumed. You can evo a ball and it will still only have that one gem, just with an increase in the amount of that single attribute. So I think that's like a level up token basically on these consumable balls. That's not really something I'm interested in. I hate these ball consumable things. I'm going to be rocking my usual default only, to be quite perfectly honest, because that's the only way I like to play. And obviously, with there being no real need for calibration anymore, there is no calibration. It's not there. You can't calibrate your swing anymore because obviously there wouldn't be much point. And the game on console is 4K 60 FPS on performance mode and 4K 30 FPS on quality mode. So I'll probably be playing on performance. But yeah, I've heard the game doesn't really run as well on console. I'm going to be playing the demo today, so I'm going to check that out. Stay tuned for a demo video. That'll be coming up in the near future. Like I said, if you have any questions at all, I'm happy to run through it. I've been recording for nearly an hour here now, and we have got deep into the game. I think I pretty much went over everything already, because I kind of asked, a lot of people were asking about the glue fringes and the drop system and stuff like that, so I've already answered that yes, those are fixed. But yeah, overall, very excited for the launch. I'm sure there will be stuff that they'll have to change, and it won't be perfect. No game is perfect, but I think they're on the right track with this. I do think that there's a lot of big improvements, and the 2.5 years have definitely been worth it. There's a lot of new features, a lot of new shot types. Overall, there's some stuff that I would have liked to see added that isn't, but overall, I think it was great. I did ask about a 2-player scramble mode, 2 to 4 player stroke play scramble mode that could be added. They said that that's definitely something they're going to look into, because that could be a cool idea. I mentioned that because, you know, on YouTube now you have like all the YouTubers doing like scrambles, like Bryson doing his Break 50 series. Like imagine me doing like a Break 50 series with a new partner every week or something like that, and I could do like Break 50s with Alex and stuff like that. I just do think that would be an incredibly fun time. So yeah, anyway, stay tuned. Thanks for watching, guys. Really do appreciate it. Make sure to drop a big like on the video if you're hyped for 2K25. And yeah, just let me know any questions you have in the comments down below. Any videos you'd like to see. I will be streaming the demo, and I'll probably do a video on the demo while we do wait for launch to approach. But I'll also be doing a couple more 2K23 videos as well. We have to finish off the Apex Alex series. And yeah, overall, thanks for watching, guys. Really do appreciate it. I'll see you guys next time. It's been a pleasure to serve you all. Peace out, my friends.